Hello and welcome to the tutorial for running a Pear deck. This is assuming that you have already added your interactivity slides to your presentation and you are just ready to go and present to your classes. First thing you need to do is make sure that you are in extend mode. So what that means is what is on your computer screen will be different than what is on your laptop screen or on the projector screen. And the way you do that is you locate the Windows key on your keyboard, and it's between Control and Alt. You press that and P together, and it will bring up this project menu right here. You want to have it say extend. It will likely say duplicate, which means that what's on the projector is the same as what's on your computer screen, but you want it to be extend. So you have your teacher your teacher view on your laptop and the projection, the student view on the projector. So make sure you choose extend, and then the way you wiggle it around is you just click up here by the tabs, and then you just drag it off the screen to where you want it to go, to the projector. And then just make sure, if you lose your mouse, just kind of wiggle it over to the projector and you can follow it that way. So back to using Pear Deck. There are a couple ways to get the add-on. If you already have it installed, you can likely just click here where it says Pear Deck. If you don't see this right here, click on Add-ons and then select Pear Deck and open Pear Deck add-on. If you don't have it installed at all, click on Get Add-ons, type in Pear Deck, and then go through and accept everything. So I'm going to open the Pear Deck add-on. And then here you'll see the present lesson. You have to present your Pear Deck from this green button. If you don't present it from this green button, if you choose to present from up here, you will not get the interaction slides. So click Present Lesson and then wait a couple seconds while it loads. Depending on your setup, this screen might pop up. If it doesn't pop up, then I'll show you how to get it in a few seconds. But this is your teacher dashboard. So you're going to want to slide your teacher dashboard to your desktop. So what is projecting on the projector is this screen. And then this one is what's going to be on your desktop on your laptop. So you don't want to project this onto the projector. You want to click up here and then drag it over to where you want it to go. So I'm going to connect myself as a student so we can see how it looks. I would also suggest you doing this as well for the first few times just to make sure you have an idea of how it looks and how it works. So the first time you're doing this isn't with students. You can either connect with your cell phone or you can have a colleague be one of your students. So now you can see that I have one student connected. That is me using my cell phone, so I can click Start Class. Now, if you have this extra little screen here, it will automatically start here as well. I'm going to close out of it just so you can see what happens or how you can get it if you don't have that extra screen. Right here, these three dots, this is your control panel, and you can open the dashboard. That's the teacher dashboard that I had just closed in a new window. And then, like I said before, drag this off so it's not on this big screen. For the purposes of this tutorial though, I am going to have it right here so you can see it, but again, when you're presenting to students, you will drag this to your desktop, so your students don't see this page. They only see this one right here. So while presenting, click on this little arrow, and it will give you your notes right here, and any sort of response that students get, you can see them live. So I am going to, as a student, just type in on my cell phone because I'm logged in via cell phone. I'm going to type in an answer. And you can see that it's live. I'm typing that in and there it is. If you want to start, or if you want to show the class one particular answer, let's pretend that there's 30 up here and there's one really good one that you want to show. Click on this little star and that will show that that one is a good one, and then you can click Show Responses, and this is what the students will see. Notice that it doesn't have any names up here. It just says here's my answer, and I pick the one that I like the best so I don't have to scroll through all the different answers. I can also have it a couple different ways. I can have a grid layout if I have more than one answer being displayed, or a list. List is a little bit bigger, which makes it a little bit nicer. So back here, other options you can do is you can lock the student screen so they cannot change their answers. You can lock it for a specific period of time. You could unlock them, hide responses, so it goes back to this answer or to the main page right here. The students are seeing this on their computer screens as well as on the projector, but you want to have the projector going if you're showing answers. So that's why you have to have a duplicate screen. So if you want to show responses, you click Show Responses, and the students see the responses on the projector, and they see the question on their computer screen. So that is the purpose for having having your computer in an extended mode, so that you have your teacher view on your laptop, and then these answers here on the projector. So I'm going to hide responses right now so we can move on. This one right here is a dot response. So with this one, you can see where your students are moving their dots. And you could look and say, ooh, everyone's agreeing, good job. And if you hover over it, you can see someone's answer. You can also star right here. For the dot moving one, I suggest having it as the overlaid layout. So that way, when you have 30 students, you can see where most of them are clustered. If you choose to do grid layout, then you can see people's individual responses. Same thing with list layout. But it does make more sense with this type of slide, interactive slide, to have it on overlay, and that is the default. This one is a drawing slide. The drawing slide is cool because they can either draw with their mouse, or if they select the T, which is on their screen, they have a T on their screen, they can type as opposed to draw. And honestly, I would tell students to choose that T so they're not trying to draw or write their answers with the pen. They can just type it, and it's a lot more easy for you to read as well. Again, this one's a true-false one, so the students will just select true or false. And then the final slide is just giving people more information of how to get additional help. So that is how you present a Pear deck. When you're ready to end it, you can click End, and then click End, and then name it. So I'll say Frank period 1. You want to publish student takeaways, because what happens is when you publish these takeaways, it gets sent to the students' Google Drive. So they get all of their answers and the slides, which is really nice because then you don't have to worry about sharing them out. They get their answers and their slides, and all the slides. So when you're done, click Save and End. And you can always link the takeaways to your Google Classroom if you'd like, or you can copy and paste this link into your Google Classroom, or you can email it to your students if you have a distribution list. But that is how you present and end a Pear deck slideshow. When you're done, click Return Home, and you are all set.